game like today, and obviously coming off the NC State win, how much confidence does this team have now, and how do you look to move forward with this, and toward the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, but first off, we never lost any confidence. I mean, we had a 2-game skid where we were without our other shooter. We really truly have 2 consistent outside threats. And when Elizabeth's on the floor, it spreads the defense. Plus, she's doing a great job of putting it on the floor and shooting pull-ups right now. So all of a sudden, when you take her out of the lineup for 2 games, it changes our dynamic. And I wasn't going to change what we do for 2 games. And unfortunately, we lost both of them. But I mean, we're a team. We've never lost our confidence. Came back. I thought defensively we were better Thursday night than we were today. So that's one area that we will discuss and talk about in practice on Tuesday. But overall, just really, really pleased with where their mindset is. Not one player played over 30 minutes today, which was a goal of mine before we started, was to get as many players in as I could, and give some of our starters that have played significant minutes a break. And it worked. So now they'll have a day off tomorrow, get back at it Tuesday and Wednesday, and have to go down and play a Georgia Tech team that's playing extremely well right now. We know how hard it is to go into NC State and win. So really impressed with what Nell has done this entire season. And we'll have our hands full, no question.
Coach, obviously, like you said, the team didn't lose confidence during those two losses, but you come back, you beat NC State at NC State, you win here. Just kind of I imagine you're pretty pleased with the way this group kind of banded together during that and got to bounce back from those losses.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing. And just to be completely honest with you, I had so many people, Coach, all right, Coach, I am fine. I wasn't concerned because I knew I know what our team is when we're at full strength. And take away our kids that are injured. When you're injured, you're out for the year. Then you have to make your adjustments. But when I knew Elizabeth was coming back, so I wasn't concerned at all. I've watched us play for, what are we, 22-3 now? So I've watched it, 23-3. So I'd watch us play for 24 games with her, and we've lost 1. So, it's not like all of a sudden we got bad players. It really is. It's just when you lose some people for a few games, depending on who they are, it has a bigger impact on your team. And because of the fact I wasn't going to change up what we're doing for 2 games, because I really thought it'd just throw us into a complete tailspin for the next games. We just stuck doing what we did, and honestly, defensively, we have played well the past 4 games. We're just 2-2 in them because the first 2 are offensively we really struggled.
Coach, you got really good production out of the bench tonight.
Is this your first time here?
Yeah, whoever handed it to me turned it off.
Somebody needs that on-off.
I didn't get the assist.
Oh, okay, no, I got you. It's a turnover, Polly.
Unforced.
Unforced indeed.
Where were we?
Bench play.
Bench play
play.
tonight. Diop with 15. And Casa with 9 assists. Talk about how.
Yeah, our bench play was outstanding. I thought everybody was great, and that's what we're going to continue to need. You seen go 6 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Now I did tell her 2 of her threes I thought were too quick in the shot clock. We didn't make them have to move, and then the last one she makes, the ball gets reversed, and then it goes inside out, and it's like shooting on the gun at practice. It was perfect, So we just got to clean up a little bit of our shot selection, and then if we do that, I think we can shoot close to 50% every single night. Because when we're open, we make shots.
On the bench, you also had Liz Dixon who came in. It seemed like when she came in the first half, the defensive intensity really kind of picked up.
No, she really did some great things. Yeah.
And with that, obviously you've got Bianca, you've got Kylie. Having that many bigs, and trying to find minutes for them is a good thing. But what will you do moving forward to make to try to get her more into the rotation and get her more time?
Well, every game presents a different challenge. So depending on who we're playing is going to dictate how much playing time all of them get. You know, Liz is getting better and better. I tell her that every day. I see the growth in practice. You've got Kylie, who's a senior, Bianca, who's a senior, and all of a sudden when you're playing somebody with 4 guards, and we need to hedge on the ball screen and make sure we're helping as they come off, but recovering back, it's stuff that you just don't learn in 6 months. So in situations like that, her playing time might not be as high. But when you get a chance where someone has 2 post players, or you've got somebody that she can go down and bang on, then all of a sudden you're going to get more opportunities. But I was really pleased with her. I thought she played well tonight. I thought she played well in the 6 or 7 minutes she played at NC State. The problem is she got in foul trouble early, which limited her playing time.
Nobody wants to lose games, nobody wants to lose 2 games, but did losing those games present you with some coaching opportunities in a season where there hadn't been just a ton of things not go your way?
Well, I mean, first off, Eric, I think it's because Rick was here.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, he's like the Black Widow. Okay, I mean, so please put that in your article, because he tried to say it was not him, and I think that's a lie. So if he could stay away, that'd be much appreciated. We love seeing you here. No, I mean, for us, really, what we were able to do with the 2 losses was more just show us how we get sloppy with the basketball, how when Florida State went on a run, instead of reverting back to execution, we went on to one-on-one, like in a not selfish way, like they all want to win so bad, I'll do it. Where that's not who we are. You know, we've got it, when someone goes on a run, we got to execute better. And, you know, that even showed in the NC State game early on when they went up 6-1 and there was no panic. We just came down the floor and executed. Then they cut a 10-point lead to 3 twice, and we didn't panic. And instead of trying to do one-on-one, we just executed at the offensive end and had an answer both times. So it is something that we can show them, but as I tell our kids, I prefer to show you mistakes from a win than make it have to be a loss. But it's a funny thing about this game. You know, the world was coming to an end a week ago. You know, like, oh my God, what's going on? And you're playing 27, 28, 29 games. You know, it's hard to explain to people when you're coaching 18 to 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds. There's a lot that can go on that can affect them on the basketball court. You know, they're not professionals. You know, I talk about it all the time. Something that happens at home, a relationship, an exam. They get a bad, like it could affect 2 days of practice for me. And if that's a game day, God forbid, we got problems. But those are things that I know my team right now. I've been with them since August, and I wasn't concerned with those 2 losses because I knew what the major factor was. Does that mean we're going to go undefeated from here on out? No. But I do like how we compete and how it spreads the floor for us when Elizabeth is back in.
When Mikasa is playing with Dana, does that open those opportunities up off ball for Dana that you kind of wanted?
Yes, we are doing everything we can when Mikasa's in the game to get Dana off the ball, to give her some opportunities to get some catch and shoot, instead of everything have to be off the bounce. And I thought Mikasa did a great job tonight. And then if she's able to sit there and knock down those 8 to 10 footers that she's getting, then it really is going to put some pressure on some people.
You mentioned, obviously, you guys played really well defensively last 4 games. Forced 23 turnovers today. I think against NC State, Kylie had 7 blocks. What do you think's been working for you guys defensively, if there's one thing specifically?
Well, I just think we are getting a lot further along in being able to follow a scout report, because we are very much so a scout report team. You know, at the beginning of the year, when you watch us, we're going to get beat on some things because we are very film oriented. We want some film. We want footage. We want to find tendencies of players. You know, what shoulder is that player going to go over? Which way do they like to drive? And then we really try to pinpoint that hard. And I think our teams get much better at being able to do that. So we're going to have to continue to work on that. Now, we work on the basic principles, jump to the ball and all that good stuff, where it doesn't matter what you run. We should do that. But when we can get film on somebody and break it down, it really helps, and our kids have done a great job the last 4 games.
Coach, you get over 12,000 in here on play for K-Day. Just talk a little bit about this crowd.
Well, it's outstanding. I mean, you know, they were really kind enough, the K-Out Foundation, to give me a plaque there before the game, but that plaque wasn't for me, it was for our fans, for winning the free throw challenge, I think, the past 2 years. It's not just me doing it, it's all of our fans that contribute and participate. And I just love the fact of how our fan base is so competitive. It's not just our games, they're competitive, they're looking up at the board, seeing who's, you know, where with the Play for K free throw challenge. And then I heard a couple of them booing Dana when she missed her too. I mean, that cost us money, you know, and she should probably contribute for that.
If you got it in the budget to spare.
Well, I can't, but she needs to. You know, you gotta make free throws. So, you know, have they been in yet? Who's coming in?
Go ahead.
Who's coming in?
Elizabeth.
Dana and Elizabeth, good. Throw some guilt at her. Understand that we're trying to raise money by making free throws, and she bricks 2 of them. I mean, I'm just stating facts, people. I'll tell her too. Don't worry about it. So please give her grief. But what a wonderful day. An absolutely wonderful day. It's been a great weekend. I mean, I finally saw the sun, which has been about a month around here. So it was just, everything was perfect. Thank you all. You guys are always outstanding. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
No, thank you.